followed. Okay, I have followed your activity through social media, but I have had the opportunity to meet some of the members of the GAN network in the Agritourism Congress, where I have taken part, and it's a really pleasure to meet you again online. Maybe, President, I'm sharing now the presentation. Please,
yeah,
that each of you can see it.
yeah. Sometimes
I cannot share it.
Sometimes it takes time, but
because at GIZ we do not use Zoom, and some of the it's.
if you want, I can share it for you.
Again, and if I cannot do it, President, then you will take the lead.
Yes, I can share it for
But
you.
now I believe it's okay. Okay. Can you all see the presentation?
I guess you see the screen.
Now,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. I will try to make it full screen. And now, Sofjola, you can go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Great. As President said, I'm part of the project Sustainable Rural Development. It's a project that is implemented by GIZ Albania, which is an implementing agency, and our donors are the German government, the Swiss government, and the British governments. We work in with our political partner, of course, with the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development and the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Sport. The project second phase started in 2023, but normally we had the first phase starting from 2019 until 2022, and now the second phase 2023 until 2026. Normally, we work with businesses and, of course, with the government to increase competitiveness in the rural areas, to shape the policies, to develop different models, and to upscale them and replicate them across the market. And we do this thing in agriculture, but as well in rural tourism. The way how we work, because I wanted to give you in the beginning the perspective of our project, how we work generally, and this perspective is implemented in all the sectors where we are working. We work on creating these innovation partnerships, speaking with the community, involving all the stakeholders, actors, etc. Together with them, we decide on what type of innovation model we can implement. Then we do the implementation, we use proof of concept to see the economic visibility. And if this thing works, then we do the upscaling that can be done through different means, using public-private dialogue, using or strengthening institutions as well. Our project is more than agritourism. We are working on active tourism. We are working on building destination with creating the rural touristic village offer. We are working with traditional products, SDG, GI, geographic indication, maybe you are familiar. And of course, one of the important elements of our work, one of the pillars, let's say, is agritourism sector. Now, before going toward the agritourism sector, I want you to give some data about this sector in Albania. It is recently new. Before 2018, in Albania were only 2-3 agritourisms, 2-3 very good examples, mainly from people that work abroad, and they saw these models abroad, mainly in Italy, and they decided to come back in Albania and to start this activity. But in terms of political perspective and really to discuss about the sector, everything started in 2018, when the first legal framework on agritourism was done, and the sector in a way was defined in Albania. And only in these 6 years, I may say, through the very good synergy of the Albanian government, private sector, and different donors that are working in Albania, we are now talking of more than 200 agritourism farms and touristic farms all over Albania, from the north to south, which is really turning the eyes toward the village. So it's the agritourism, the one that made the people to see again in the village. From our studies that as GIZ we have conducted, especially with our partner Agritourism Association, we have seen that one agritourism provides at least on average economy for other 21 families, farmer families all around the villages where the agritourism is located. Generally, compared to the other sectors of agriculture, this is a young and dynamic sector because we see that a lot of agritourism farms are owned and managed by young people, but generally on average in agritourism, there is 40 years old is the average age of employees in agritourism farms. We have noticed as well that especially after 2018, there are a lot of people that are coming in Albania, especially to be engaged with this sector. And according to our data, 88% of the entrepreneurs that have invested in agritourism in Albania are all returnees, so people that lived abroad and decided to come back to Albania. We see that agritourism as well works perfect for the gender balance as well, strengthening the gender equality. 22% of agritourisms in Albania are managed or owned by women, but furthermore, what is important is that the work of the woman is valuable in agritourism because by the logic, agritourism has to do with storytelling, with food, with culinary, and of course the power of woman is behind that. I was a little bit brief about agritourism because I am 100% sure that Expressing has already told a lot about agritourism sector in Albania, but I will focus now where the GIZ agritourism portfolio has been focused in the last 3 years with the second phase of the project. Here you can see in the presentation that we are focused in different, let's say, pillars of work. We are developing products in the agritourism farms, trying to diversify their offer. We are working on marketing of agritourism, strengthening their relationship, especially with different activities, strengthening the relationship among the Agritourism Association members. GIZ has supporting the establishment of Agritourism Association in Albania, a very important now organization that has more than 100 members, important actor when it comes to policy making, when it comes to lobbying, when it comes to discussing about generally agritourism sector in Albania. We have supported the development of the digital platform, agritourism app and website, which is now a tool in the hand of Agritourism Association that together with the Ministry of, with the support of the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, are promoting the agritourism offer in Albania, what you can do in agritourism, the profile of each agritourism in Albania, etc. We have supported as well the promotion of agritourism offer in different important fairs, in different important festivals, in national and international market. However, before going, let's say, to the marketing, we have prepared a lot of product in agritourism. We have developed the Tower Tour, a linkage of agritourism together with the cultural heritage, but I will go a little bit deep on this specific tour after and how this is progressing with the support of the government of Albania. We have created the wine tours, the folklore tours, linking agritourism with small local producers, with crafters, in order to really enrich their offer. A very important project that we have implemented as well is the introduction and the cultivation and the use of the autochthonous seeds in the menus of agritourism. But again, for this project, I will speak a little bit more after this general window related to our work for agritourism in Albania. Another pillar of working is upgrading the services and the standards in agritourism in Albania, because agritourism it's now going into an international competition. So if you want to really be an international market, especially when you are near to important countries of tourism and agritourism development, you have to be ready in terms of standards, services, hospitality, food safety, etc. So we have created a specific package on this regard as well. Another important aspect of our work is the policy making as well. As I said from the beginning of the project, everything that we see fit in order to be visible economically for the sector, we are trying to work with the ministry and to develop specific legislation in this regard, to develop specific campaigns, etc., in order these initiatives to be spread all over Albania, and from these initiatives to profit not only the agritourism that are part of a specific project, but overall agritourism sector in Albania. So in this regard, in terms of policy, we have supported the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development as well to develop the national working plan for agritourism sector. We have included agritourism in the national agriculture strategy of Albania and at the national tourism strategy of Albania as well. We have included the definition of agritourism together with our partner ministry in the respective laws. And now, very soon, together with Agritourism Association and Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, we are going to work a little bit on updating the certification criteria, on setting up the right legislation framework and right recommendation in terms of Albania preparing for EU accession. And of course, agritourism sector should be ready toward this direction as well. Here, I made a summary of everything what we are doing, but I have picked 3 initiatives that I want to explain a little bit more in detail for the audience. One initiative that really has worked and really has started to change the system in Albania is the introduction of autochthonous seeds in agritourism farms. In the last 2 years, we have worked very closely with the Genetic Bank of Albania, with the Institute of Seeds and Seedling in Albania, with Agriculture University, with Agritourism Association, in order to make possible that all this treasure that the Genetic Bank has, more than 5,000 accessions that are saved for more than 27 years in Albania and gathered from all around Albania, to be entered into reuse, let's say, to reuse our old varieties. And in this aspect, we have worked first to create the demand. So we have worked a lot with agritourism, with chefs, with promotion, with young people to raise awareness about these old varieties. And from the other side, parallelly, we have worked with the farmers in order to create the supply. So when the demand is in the market and when the supply is there, according to the certification criteria, to all the parameters required by the Genetic Bank and by the Institute of Seeds and Seedling, then the project can function and start thinking about being upgraded into a national level. Until now, we have engaged 19 different businesses in Albania, mainly agritourism. 13 of them are agritourism, and different restaurants in Albania in rural areas to cultivate more than 82 varieties of autochthonous seeds. Some of them registered for the first time in the National Catalogue of Albania, and now from January 2026, we will put for the first time in Albania the commercialization of these seeds. So all the agritourisms that want to have now autochthonous seeds into their farms, they can link with specific seeds producer of these autochthonous seeds in order to upscale them in all the territory of Albania. Furthermore, we are in discussion with relevant political maker in the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development to do now the respective legislation for this linkage of agritourism with autochthonous seeds. The recommendations are being prepared for a team of international experts and national experts, and very soon we are going to introduce the ministry and how this thing can be upscaled, as we said, in all the territory of Albania. Another project that specifically I want to present to you is the Tower Tour Revitalization Project. It all started by one agritourism that inspired us, that is a tower. A tower is a specific architecture type of building, especially located in the north of Albania, that is linked with history, is linked with our mythology, canon, tradition, etc., especially, as I said, in the north of Albania. And from that, we said, why not link all the agritourisms of the north with these beautiful towers that exist in the north that were totally abandoned, and why not create a tour that links exactly the agritourisms with the towers. And we did a pilot that was, as I said, mainly located in some of the municipalities in the north of Albania, Tropoja, Hasi, Kupsi. But you know, it worked. The people start to believe in the program. They start to invest in the towers. Some of the people that were living in Tirana turned back into their towers, starting to open the doors. And already the tour operators were including these towers and this offer into their packages. Already.
Sofjola.
Yes.
Sorry, because the limited time in 7 minutes will be closed, so I would strongly suggest to hurry a bit and to give 5 minutes at least for a question to the participants. But I guess we have time up to 5 minutes, right?
I can conclude because it's important. What is important and what we aim to do as international organization is to find common point with the ministry as well. Because if we only stay into the terms of implementing a specific project, then the result will not be the same. For the Tower Tour program, for example, we already, from a project, it's becoming a program of the government, 3-year program, when the government is putting now the money for the revitalization and the restoration of all the towers of the north. I will not go now to the skills and to the digital labs as well, because maybe we do not have time, and maybe leave some time for the people if they have questions. But Shpresim, talking about agritourism and our work, it needs more than 10 minutes.
Definitely. I really agree, fully agree with you. And I apologize for this, honestly, for this inconvenience. I know you have a lot of to talk about the agritourism and not only but rural tourism in Albania. And by the way, GIZ, not only because Sofila is here, but GIZ and Sofila personally is hugely invested in supporting rural tourism and agritourism even more. So I want to exploit the moment to say to her and GIZ as well, thank you very much for doing so much for Albania in terms of rural development, agritourism, and rural tourism. So as Sofia said, please, again, I apologize for the limited time we had available. In 5 minutes, more or less, is going to get closed the meeting. If someone want to get interacting with Sofiola with comments, questions, please go ahead.
Uh, may I ask a question?
Yes, Valeria, go ahead.
About this project with towers. When I've been in Georgia, we help with the project idea in one village in the mountain, and they have these abandoned towers. Maybe they used to have 20 or 15. And our idea was to restore them. Every family still will own it, but to give different kind of specialization. In one, it could be hotel, and another could be, I don't know, restaurant, and another museum, etc., etc. So I want to ask you, how are you going to use your towers on this, I don't know, tour?
We are exactly working on this specific point now, Valeria. Together with the Ministry of Tourism and Culture, first we are doing the inventorying of the towers in the 4 regions of the north of Albania. We are checking their ownership status as well, which is important. We are preparing the model of restoration, and we've created a pool of expert team engaged in cultural heritage, rural tourism, ethnography, culinary, musicology, etc., exactly to prepare the models of the tower. What is in our aim is that the towers to be diversified, not you to find the same thing in each tower. And we are in process for that, exactly discussing and brainstorming a lot of ideas how these towers can be reused in terms of value chain of tourism, and how we can gather everything around them as well, more than the tower, to be part of this project as well. If you are interested on this specific project, I would be very happy that in June or in July, when we have the completed picture of how the program will look like, a specific presentation only on this specific important program. Because from June, the ministry will take over and they will award budget for exactly financing all these initiatives in terms of restoration and revitalization.
It would be just great because this particular one village in the mountain, I think one day they will apply WTO as the best village in the world, but not now. And of course, me and this community will be very interesting. This will be inspired example, as I understand. Thanks a lot, Sofiola.
Thank you, Valeria, for your question and interaction with Sofiola. Really appreciate it. We have still 3 minutes yet, so if someone else want to make a comment or a question, is more than welcome. While we wait for someone to get involved, I just wanted to mention and remind that this is a meeting recorded already, and we are going to share it with the membership of Global Agritourism Network, so will be published on the YouTube channel of the GAN, and of course share it through other channels with the members of Global Agritourism Network, which is a value, I would say, because as Valeria was saying, the more we share good practices, the better it is in terms of contributing of agritourism development worldwide. So in this perspective, it's an added value of this meeting in here. So is there any else who wants to have a question or comment?
May I?
Yes.
First of all, thank you, Spresim, for the possibility to take place in such workshops. For me, as a representative of the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, it's also the pleasure to collaborate with you and Sofjola, because we have done a lot of things and we have to do a lot of things ahead. I know this kind of initiative from GIZ, and we will discuss and keep in touch for other collaboration. Thank you again.
Thank you, Albana. It was and will be always pleasure to jointly contribute in sectors development. Sofiola, we have just 1 minute remains, so thank you very much. In case you have something to add, you go ahead or.
So if you want, we can share the presentation, Spresim, for the people that are interested. So the presentation cannot always gather everything, but if you are interested in a specific topic, in a specific pillar, in a specific
that's the point.
initiative, I am very open to discuss with all of you, and hope that I will meet all of you again in the Agritourism Congress in Scotland in 2026.
Definitely. Of course, later I send a kind of wrap-up email to the membership, and not only those that were here present. And would be great if you could share the presentation. I will share through email to the others. So again, thank you very much, Valeria. Yeah.
Resin, don't you want to organize for us study tours around your country?
Yes, of course. Yes, of
You
course.
presented so many interesting things for members of GAN or European, Eastern European group. At least I would come.
Okay, you will be welcome, Valeria. And by the way, Valeria, I'm going to send an email about the survey we have in process. Maybe we're going to have next week a meeting. So again, if in order to not get interrupted so quickly. So again, thank you, Sofia, very much for your perspective and Albanian agritourism development sharing with us. To all of you, thank you very much and see you soon.
Bye.
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 Bye.